During a time of unparalleled technology development and human advancements, our world is experiencing a profound paradox, an unrelenting assault of human activities that jeopardize the foundation of our ecosystem. We are like the stewards of the planet, and now is the time to face the consequences of our own deeds. Through unrelenting resource extraction and unrestrained greenhouse gas emissions, our species has unintentionally turned into a force of nature, and not in a positive way. Climate change, pollution, and deforestation are examples of how human activities have a significant impact on the fragile balance that supports life on Earth. Understanding that the effects of our activities go far beyond the here and now impact ecosystems, biodiversity, and the climate that forms our world is crucial.
Invasive species are defined as organisms that causes ecological or economic harm in a new environment where they are not native. If we go by this definition, humans can be considered as invasive species in the air, as humans are land creatures by nature. We were never born with the ability to fly. Despite this, humanity yearned for the ability to pass through the heavens, going as far back as the ancient Greek era, as evident by the story of Daedalus and his son Icarus, who had his wax wings melted by flying too close to the sun. It is only as recent as more than 100 years ago that the first successful powered flight by humans happened by Orville and Wilbur Wright on December 17, 1903. This was and still is considered as one of humanity's most remarkable feats. However, have we ever considered the effects humans have on our planet? We often hear about invasive species wreaking havoc in ecosystems, but have we ever thought that humans might be the ultimate invasive species? We too have left our mark on Earth, especially in the air.
Humans have made an impact on the earth for better and for worse. From sprawling cities to industrial activities, our impact on the planet has been profound. Deforestation, pollution, and climate change are just a few consequences of our actions. Just as invasive species can introduce pollutants into ecosystems, human activities release pollutants into the air. Air pollution caused by the vehicle emissions, industrial facilities, and other sources has widespread consequences. It affects air quality, respiratory health, and ecosystems, making humans, in essence, the source of invasive pollutants in the atmospheric environment. Industrialization has led to many of humankind's greatest inventions and creations, but this does not erase the negative effect it has caused on our atmosphere. Industrial processes release pollutants and greenhouse gases such as methane and carbon dioxide, which can lead to further damage to the ozone layer, global warming, and climate change. Invasive species are known for disrupting natural processes within ecosystem. Similarly, human activities in the air disrupts essential processes like the oxygen cycle. But what exactly is the oxygen cycle?
Ever wonder how we can always breathe every day and everywhere? Where is all this oxygen coming from? The answer is the oxygen cycle. The oxygen cycle is the continued construction and decomposition of oxygen among the biotic and abiotic factors. First, oxygen is produced in plants and other photosynthesizing organisms. In fact, marine organisms produce most of the oxygen in the atmosphere. Then, organisms that carry out cellular respiration, such as humans, animals, and protists. The oxygen that we breathe is used to create ATP, the energy currency of the cell. There was also another processes that consumes or produces oxygen. Decomposition uses oxygen to break down the decay of dead organisms, facilitated by microbes. Another process that contributes to oxygen cycle is combustion of fossil fuels and such. Oxygen moves around us through the processes that produce and consume oxygen. The balance of the earth is kept.
Humans have long had an effect on the oxygen cycle, most notably through activities that impact the balance of oxygen production and consumption in the atmosphere, and trees play a very important role in the oxygen cycle. And activities like deforestation reduces the number of oxygen producing plants. The burning of fossil fuels is also a good example of an activity that humans do that have a significant effect on the oxygen cycle. The combustion of these fuels releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which directly impacts or affects the balance between atmospheric gases and indirectly has an impact on the oxygen cycle. Air pollution resulting from industrial activity, transport, and many others is yet another significant effect humans have on the oxygen cycle. Some of these pollutants can influence the ability of plants to produce oxygen through photosynthesis. So, what are some things we can do to prevent this?
Using sustainable methods in all industries is a critical first step in reducing the impact of human activity. Industries need to reduce their carbon footprint and give priority to eco-friendly technologies. Governments ought to impose strict environmental laws, motivating companies to switch to more environmentally friendly industrial techniques. Greenhouse gas emissions can be greatly decreased by supporting energy efficiency and highlighting the usage of renewable energy source. In order to motivate group action, it is essential to raise knowledge of the detrimental anthropogenic effects. Information regarding the effects of human activity on the environment should be shared by educational institutions, the media, and community organizations. Individuals can be empowered to make informed decisions and embrace eco-friendly lifestyles through public campaigns, workshops, and seminars. An effective awareness campaign must encourage the decrease of single-use plastics, promote sustainable transportation options, and cultivate a waste reduction culture. It is our duty as stewards of the planet to undo the harmful effects of human activity and create the conditions necessary for a sustainable future. Important steps in this journey include putting preventive measures into place, embracing eco-friendly technologies, and increasing public understanding of the effects of human actions on the environment. We can guarantee that our world survives for future generations by adopting a shared commitment to environmental conservation. Since our actions now determine the legacy we leave for future generations, let us join forces in our efforts to safeguard and maintain the fragile balance of nature.